So, the iPhone 11 or the 11 Pro, which one should you buy in 2021? If you're still looking for an answer to this question, after watching this video, I think you'll have a clear answer. In this video, I've tried my best explaining the key differences and similarities between these two phones, and ultimately, which one is the right one for you in 2021. Enjoy. Okay, so let's start with the similarities. Now, to be honest with you, there are a lot of them. I mean, these two phones are more similar to each other than they are different, and I think that's a good thing. In this video, I'll talk about the things that I think you should know before you buy one of these phones. So, to begin with, both phones are equipped with the same A13 Bionic processor and 4 gigs of RAM. Now, although the A13 Bionic processor is more than a year old now, I still think it's more than enough for most things you'll do on your phone. In my opinion, it can handle pretty much all graphically intensive games with zero problems, and performing everyday tasks like calling, texting, emails, browsing, watching YouTube, and things like that are going to feel about the same as if you were using one of the newer iPhones, like the iPhone 12. Although I haven't had a chance to use the iPhone 12 just yet, I'm like 110% sure that there won't be a major difference when it comes to performing everyday tasks. So if you were concerned about the performance from these two phones, I don't think you should be, as long as you're not a hardcore gamer and you don't need the best of the best. Now, if you are planning to buy one of these phones and keep it for a long time, one thing you should know is that both phones will continue to get software updates for at least the next 4 years, so you should be good until iOS 18 in terms of staying up to date. Both phones also have pretty much the same cameras. Again, there are more similarities than differences. The only difference here is that the iPhone 11 Pro has a separate 2x telephoto camera and the iPhone 11 doesn't. But other than that, when it comes to cameras, literally everything is exactly the same. Both have a wide and an ultra-wide angle camera. In my opinion, both phones can take amazing photos, including selfies, and the videos also look really good. My personal favorite is the ultra-wide angle camera. Although it's not as sharp as the other cameras, I just really like the type of photos sometimes you can get with this camera. You also get night mode, portrait mode, and all the other software related features on both phones, which is awesome. However, I do think the iPhone 11 Pro would be better for you if you're planning to take a lot of portrait photos, because it uses the 2x telephoto camera for that. So in theory, portrait photos from the iPhone 11 Pro would look better. But other than that, both phones are equally good when it comes to cameras. They both have great cameras. The battery life is also kind of a similarity between these two phones, but also a difference, because, well, neither of them have bad battery life. You could use one or the other and get through the day on a single charge. The iPhone 11 has a 3110 mAh battery, the iPhone 11 Pro has a 3046 mAh battery, and just by looking at the numbers, you may think the iPhone 11 has better battery life, but that's not true. As I mentioned in my iPhone 11 video, this phone gets around 6 hours of screen on time, which I think could be considered as pretty good battery life. But here's the difference, the iPhone 11 Pro has a much better battery life compared to the iPhone 11. In my iPhone 11 Pro video, I said that this phone is averaging close to 9 hours of screen on time. Now, I don't know about you, but in my opinion, there is no doubt that this is amazing battery life. You shouldn't have any problems even if you are a heavy user. So if great battery life is a priority to you, I think the iPhone 11 Pro would be an obvious choice. Here's another difference, the design. Now, this is a quick one. I don't have a lot to say about the design, except I think both phones have a really nice design. Both are very well built phones with glass on both sides. However, yes, the iPhone 11 Pro does have a stainless steel frame and a frosted glass on the back, where on the other hand, the iPhone 11 looks more like most other older iPhones with an aluminum frame. I personally like the design of the iPhone 11 Pro, but I don't think the design really matters as much as other things because most people use a case, like me. So if you are gonna pick up one of these phones, I'll link some good cases in the description below. Alright, so the one big difference between these two phones, believe it or not, is actually the screen. Now, if you didn't already watch a bunch of videos about the iPhone 11, you probably didn't notice a difference in the screen, except a slightly bigger screen size and bezels, right? And yeah, the screen on the iPhone 11 is slightly larger. It's a 6.1-inch screen compared to the 5.8-inch screen on the iPhone 11 Pro. But the real difference is in the screen resolution. The iPhone 11 has a 720p LCD screen, and the iPhone 11 Pro has a Full HD Plus OLED screen. So on paper, the screen on the iPhone 11 sucks. However, in my opinion, that is far from the reality. After using the iPhone 11 for more than a year now, I've realized that the screen is not that bad. It's actually a decent screen. I talked a lot more about this in my iPhone 11 video, so if you want to check that out, I'll have a link in the description. So technically, yes, the screen on both phones are very different, but in real life, they don't look that different, which is definitely a good thing. Also, the screen on the iPhone 11 Pro gets a lot brighter than the screen on the iPhone 11, but the screens on both phones are visible outdoors and you shouldn't have any problems. Lastly, the price. So at the time of recording this video, you can buy an iPhone 11 directly from Apple for 850 Canadian dollars, a used one for about 650, and you can find an iPhone 11 Pro for about 850. So which one should you buy? Which one is the right one for you? Okay, so from all the things I just told you, it seems like the iPhone 11 Pro is a better phone, and that is true if you're just talking about what the phone phone can and can't do. Although there are a lot of similarities, clearly the iPhone 11 Pro can do more than the iPhone 11. However, if you consider the price, so $650 versus $850, in my opinion the iPhone 11 is a better phone. You get a lot of iPhone 11 Pro in the iPhone 11 for a lot less, if that makes sense. So if you're an average consumer, I honestly think you'll really like the iPhone 11. But if you consider yourself to be a pro user, so if you think you need the extra features the iPhone 11 Pro offers, I think it might be worth it for you to buy the iPhone 11 Pro in 2021, because after all, it's an iPhone 11 Pro. Alright, so that's it for this video. If you want to know more about these phones in a little more detail, you're welcome to check out the 2 separate videos I made about these phones. I'll have all the important links in the description below. If you're still watching, thank you. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, please like it and subscribe. That's all. I'll see you in my next video. Later.